All right, welcome back everyone, and welcome to our new PC Baron, a human artificer who will be joining us. He is the newest recruit to get approved to go on these scavenging missions in order to try and find resources for
Although
the
a lot of people were suspicious of him, are suspicious of him.
yes, and we will allow you to introduce your character. But as you guys go on these scavenging missions, Sir Pierre, being the level 4, will be leading the party once again, carrying the magical token that can teleport them back to the castle in the clouds. Wait, Dex, are you level 3 now too? Do you have a token?
He's level 3.
Yeah, yeah. So
He's been
Dex
level 3.
Dex also has a token. So Dex or Sir Pierre can get them
Sarah is back.
It, it's
out of
it's
here.
Dex.
And this week, the party finds themselves in what is, for most purposes, a fairly normal world. And it is filled with friendly races who are very similar to the races that you would
Everything just
find.
went black.
Yes, it's nighttime once the encounter starts. I just wanted you guys to see that it was just a normal looking village at first.
Can I
And,
have
and
light
so
on my shield?
yeah, we'll get to that one second. uh,
Sorry.
so as you guys have spent actually more than a day here, everybody has been very friendly and welcoming, and free trade has flowed. This does not appear to be one of the more hostile worlds that you guys have found yourselves on. And so they kind of held you guys in reserve as the designated ambassadors went down and handled the serious business. You guys weren't in
Dex,
charge of that. They
Dex,
don't.
why didn't you go with him?
Yeah, they
You're
don't.
pretty
Oh,
decisive.
when can I introduce my character?
In a second. So as Sir Pierre is a little bit of a metalhead, I guess we'll call him. Um, not that he's completely a brute. He is capable of crafting fine things, but he is still not their go-to guy for serious negotiations with the leaders. And so they kind of held you guys back for the first day. But now, on the second day, they have allowed the lower level recruits to go and explore some of the smaller villages. You guys aren't invited to the grand royal parades that are going on in the major cities. You guys aren't even allowed to go into the cities because, they fear what could happen if you guys were to make a faux pas. So they don't allow you guys to do those kinds of diplomatic missions. Instead, you guys get to go and slum it out in the small villages, and so you find yourselves in a completely remote rural area where races of all kinds blend together. And after walking for most of the day around and seeing the shops and wares and everything that can be handled in downtime if you guys want to do actual shopping, because it's going to be most of the same stuff that you would get from the castle in the clouds. It's very similar to your world in almost all ways, with the major exception being that all of the races seem to get along more so than usual in even a friendly world. This is a world where there is no tension between elves and dwarves, or orcs and humans, or anything like that. So Now,
Nice, Michael. You can be whatever you want.
yeah, now as nighttime approaches, Sir Pierre casts his spell of light on his shield, allowing the party to see where they're going as they come across the small village that they were visiting. Has a inn. Yeah, well, not really an inn per se, but a tavern where people seem to be gathering for the night. And so up ahead here, you see a place for you guys to go and rest and maybe eat and take a load off of your feet.
Nice. Anyway, Baron, what are you all about?
Ah, yes. Now you
Baron,
may introduce yourselves and do all of that role playing stuff.
fantastic. You see, Baron is sort of like is sort of out of is sort of that sort of shifty-eyed guy, the kind you would expect to sell you snake oil, to be exact. He has brownish hair. He has locks of black hair tied in classic knots, as well as brownish skin. Brownish skin. You see that he also has a variety of alcoholic spirits and beverages, kind of like on hand, with in potion in vials of sorts. Some with unique labels, with very unique labels. He just kind of Baron just sort of pulls out cig- a smoking pipe of sorts and kind of like puts it between his yellow teeth. Me, I'm not much of some special person. Just go to town, spend my my wares wherever I go. Thought the castle was the perfect place just to help me spread out more. And he blows a puff of smoke.
You want to
How
ride on
about
my
you,
shoulders?
metalhead? What do you think this castle can do for you?
I'm gonna make a shop, and I'm gonna be famous among people because I'm awesome. I'm gonna be famously cool at stuff.
Yes, yes. Pride is an especially good thing to keep in mind, but me, I'm just in it to live. Just making do.
Nice. Dex, catch up. What are you doing, dude? You don't always have to be in the shadows. Crazy.
What the heck is happening? Get to my character.
This is a tavern? Nice. And it's nighttime, okay.
Yep.
Let's get in there, guys.
Perfect place to rest.
As you enter
I'll take off the light.
As you enter the Rickety Tavern, okay. Let me take off your light and then I'll finish the description. All right. So as you turn off your shield's light with a mere thought, you enter the rickety wooden tavern. Dex all of a sudden rushes in and
dashes.
It just literally.
He accidentally clicked it.
It literally popped up, and I tried to click cancel, and then I just clicked.
I thought you were pulling a Interview with the Vampire move and just moving so fast that nobody could see you enter.
Yes, do that. Hide behind the bar.
I'm fast as frick, boy.
Anyway, continue.
I
Sorry.
never
So-
understood rogues.
As you enter, you see a very small and rickety, what could only loosely be called a tavern. It is little more than a couple of wooden tables and a keg of some kind of alcohol that smells very, very strong, like a moonshine, turpentine kind of smell. The only lights are coming from dim candles on the tables and one dim candle burning against the wall. Everything else is just dark and shadowy. You can't really, see any bartender or anything. Just a couple of goblins, a couple of people, and one very gruff looking lizard folk sitting at the corner table. All of them have drinks in hand, but otherwise seem disengaged from each other and you guys entering. Nobody really looks up at you or anything. They just continue to hold their mugs and drink.
Oh my gosh. That lizard folk guy, it'd be cool if I fought him. But you guys
No,
should
no,
get
no,
the-
no, 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 no,
you guys should get the
no.
goblins and peasants to bet on it so that it's legal.
Oh, no, 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 no. No,
I'm just whispering
no,
in your
no,
ear.
we are
Calm
not
down.
going to fight that thing. I know when, I certainly know Mama told me never pick no fights between soaks like a lizard.
Here, try to punch me. I'll show you. I'll be fine. Try to punch me.
Do I look like the punching kind? I literally,
I'll
I just-
stab him.
I
You gotta
just.
stab me to stab me.
Okay, I'll stab him, but
Oh, it's all good. But anyway, then what do you want to do here? I wanna like take all these people's money, because that lizard
Oh.
folk dude, he would not stand a chance.
I have my ways of.
Even if it's just fisticuffs, I'd be down with just fisticuffs.
I have my own way of getting in the dough. And he's kind of, Baron sort of like sits down and starts setting up a table of sorts. And
So there's a there's a barrel in the corner that you could roll over and use as a table. Otherwise, all of the tables are currently occupied by at
Yeah.
least one person. That
yes,
is a bench that you
Yes.
are over there by, so you can sit on the bench, but there's no table other
Yes.
than if you pulled the
and
barrel
I
over.
roll over a barrel and use as kind of like a sort of table. And
As you go and
as-
walk over to that barrel, you go to tip it and you can feel that it's about 3/4 full with liquid.
Whoa. Hey, Metalhead, mind helping me a bit here?
As he says that, I'm talking to this peasant. I'm like, hey, what's up? What do you guys do for fun around this town?
As you address the peasant, he kind of looks up at you and he has a look that could only be described as completely apathetic. And he just kind of grunts at you and motions over to the bar where you can see several empty mugs lined up and makes no other, sound.
You guys don't
or-
have a fight club or anything?
Oi,
No arena to
Metalhead!
test your strength or anything?
He doesn't acknowledge you, but the goblin next to you gets up and like slams into your leg, only to like spin around because obviously, he's a goblin and you're 450 pounds of.
I put him on my shoulder and start dancing with him.
No,
Like,
as
yeah.
he does so, his drink spills and
I'll
he
buy you
look
another friend.
he looks up at you and he just kind of goes from that apathetic look to like this pure rage, and he says something to you. It's in Goblin, but you have the universal language translator. But with your comprehend languages on, you can still tell that this goblin is badly slurring his words to the point that it's almost like the language translator is giving you like a weird sentence, like
A headache.
you can't follow the sentence because it doesn't make sense, because it's like, what word did he say? Like
Right.
the way there's like
I give him a gold coin.
um
See if
as
that calms his rage.
as you go to pull out your coin, he all of a sudden becomes apathetic again and moves up to the bar, hoists himself up because he's a goblin, so the bar is like goblin height to where he's eye level with the bar basically. So he hoists himself up and with one hand grabs a cup and then moves down to the end and fills it from the thing, and then goes and sits back down and doesn't even like look at you or nothing, like nothing happened.
Oh.
Baron
I
just
go help him
keep
with the barrel. I do it real fast. I do it super fast, like as fast as I can, just to like be rude about it.
As soon as you get the barrel over, everybody kind of like looks at you and then they go back to drinking.
They're like, fair enough.
soon enough. Baron starts setting up, starts kind of like making sure to set up the bottles and sorts up onto a substitute table, making sure that the thing wouldn't roll away or tip over any of his product, and kind of like, yeah, yeah. Yeah, looking for a fix, looking for a hicks, looking for something to help with your whatever it is, what ails you, then how I have a thing for you. Just
I
look at
start
the
lifting.
Baron's.
I start lifting some stuff just to look impressive while he's talking.
Just take a look at Baron's stock. We have this lovely, 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 lovely barukas from the Eastern Isles. A, a drop of marigold from the mountains, and all sorts of concoctions to help get you through the day.
He can make you strong enough to beat me up. No joke. It's nuts. With one of his concoctions, it's crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
Everyone
So,
continues to drink without raising a single head to look.
He can make you smart enough to outwit any one of your father-in-laws at a dinner party.
The peasant
Huh.
in the corner gets up and walks past, and Dex, make a Dex check, a unskilled dexterity check, to see if you avoid contact with the stumbling peasant.
Bro, if he tried anything, I am about to
No,
destroy
no,
him.
Michael, he's just stumbling around. Don't stab him. He's
Well, if he
drunk.
tries something
No,
funny,
Michael, he's drunk. Don't stab him.
I don't care.
You're crazy. Stop it.
Don't stab the drunk.
Wait, so dexterity check?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dex check.
Dex save?
No, check.
Unskilled dex check.
Go
It's
to
it's under
skills.
yeah, it's
Not
under skills.
fortune.
Under skills.
Go down to unskilled dex check. All the way down to at the bottom.
Okay. Unskilled dex check. Roll type?
Yeah, you just regular.
All right, so Dex is very dexterous, and he easily just kind of half shifts his shoulder using his changeling abilities, and half moves to where he's like a fluid bit of water, and the peasant just would have hit him, but Dex is just suddenly not there anymore. And then he walks up and refills his cup and walks back and sits down and starts drinking.
Boy, how many drinks have you had? Like 25.
Well, I don't know. They seem really uninterested in anything.
I'm just gonna go out the bar and then transform into that lizard folk.
Yeah, do something like that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go out the bar, being like, I'm just gonna whistle like.
And you're gonna be a lady lizard folk or something?
No.
Or you're gonna be the exact dude? That's gonna be weird. That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, which one do you want me to be?
I feel like you should be like a lady one or something. I don't know.
Why won't it let me move? What?
It's because you're now a lizard folk.
Because I'm fat?
So are you a boy or a girl or?
I'll be a boy.
You'll be a boy, so you're looking exactly like him, or you look like his cousin, or what?
His cousin. Okay, wait, who's this? Wait, so this is me?
You're Lizard Dex. You're not Dex.
Oh. So I'm
Yeah.
this
Now go try to talk to the lizard folk, dude.
Okay. I don't have any lights.
Oh, my bad. Hold on.
Okay. I'm just gonna be like, hi.
He says hi to the lizard folk guy.
The lizard folk, just like the peasant before, looks up with a completely apathetic face, motions to the bar, and goes back to drinking.
Okay. Well,
Looks like no one here is interested. He says Baron says as he gives just sort of like just very just disappointed face.
I ritualistically cast Zone of Truth. So over the next 10 minutes.
Sir Pierre begins to go into a almost trance-like state as he begins to chant a divine ritual.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it like quietly. I'm not trying to like.
No, you're not drawing
gain
attention to yourself, but you're going to be casting a ritual, which means that you're using, like verbal components and all of that. So as you begin to chant the components needed to make the ritual, you go into like a trance-like state as the magic overtakes you. But that doesn't mean you have
Nice.
to be shouting it or anything.
Right. I'm like, yeah. I hope not. That'd be terrible. So you guys don't do nothing for 10 minutes or what? Like maybe tell the truth about something? I don't know.
Bro, I'm about to start punching people.
Don't start punching people. You crazy.
What else are we gonna do? We're just walking around.
No, they were friendly with this town, but I did Zone of Truth. So what happens? So I do Zone of Truth,
Uh-huh.
and then I go up to this lizard dude,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, so why are you so melancholy about everything? Why is everybody in this bar so melancholy?
And once again, with an apathetic look on his face, he motions to the bar and goes back to drinking.
Something about seems like something about the alcohol or something.
I
It
think I'm
looks
like,
like
Could be.
Someone take a drink of what they're drinking. Like, what's going on?
it literally can't be me. I think that they're just sad. Like y'all all have the same girlfriend or something?
Hey, I'll take a drink of what they're drinking and see what's going on.
Oh shit.
You walk
He
up to
just
the bar and grab a cup and begin to fill it up. You fill it
Oh,
up.
I thought you just grabbed his drink. Like grabbed the other lizard folks' drink and started
And if
drinking
I
it.
start being weird, you
That's
know
crazy.
something's up with that drink.
Well, anyway, I don't know.
I'm going to try
is
and
there
check
any goods
what
or services you guys can provide us? Like what's going on? Like
the Baron's going to try and check what's in this drink. Like
It too.
The Baron walks up to the table and grabs a cup and begins to fill it up. Now, Lizardex already was there and filled it up, so Lizardex said he was about to drink this. Is anybody doing anything other than Baron's filling up his cup?
he's going to kind of like check what it could be made of, like a nature.
Yeah, but
or medicine.
before you can do that, Lizardex is going to have already taken a drink. So Lizardex is drinking it, and roll for Constitution save.
roll a Constitution save.
What is Constitution?
It go to core stats and roll a Constitution save. It's one of your core stats.
Yep.
What is
The first page and in Constitution,
You don't know.
there's
You just drank poison or something. Maybe it's just a Constitution save because you're bad at drinking.
alcohol is poison.
Yeah,
it is poison?
yeah. Alcohol is always poison. That's
100% of the time, because alcohol is in fact poison.
Yes.
What the heck?
That was not.
Hold up. I didn't roll it. I didn't mean to roll that.
It's just con save.
Hold up. It's not letting me into my core stats. It's not even letting me.
Can you roll it for him? His thing is like lagging out or something.
It's not working.
His computer isn't doing a good.
Okay, what the heck?
After he drinks it, can I do a check of some kind to see what?
Yeah,
be,
so
what's-
you're gonna sit down and begin to check and see what's going on with all of this. However, it's gonna take you, a little bit of time, because I assume you're using like
He
your
has
kit.
disadvantage.
Yeah, I assume you're using your kit
Uh-oh.
to make this check.
Yep.
So you're gonna have proficiency on it and advantage to see what's going on with it, but it's also gonna take you a few minutes. So while that's happening, Dex, you fail by more than 5 your constitution check versus this drink and immediately begin to feel its effects. You would have felt its effects slowly over time anyway, no matter what, because that's how alcohol works no matter what. But this particular brand of alcohol, as I said, is a very powerful form of moonshine, and it is basically like drinking gasoline. You are drinking something so strong that it immediately burns your throat, and when it gets into your stomach, you almost immediately feel the urge to vomit all over the place. But instead of vomiting, all of a sudden you feel an enormous sense of pacifism and ennui. Ennui is a fancy word for like almost depression. Um, you don't really see the point in doing anything other than having another drink. And you immediately go to take another drink. Now, I'm going to have Sir Pierre
Since we were
roll for
already
perception.
like looking at him, but we were like already being like, "You go
Well,
first."
yeah, Baron's checking out the contents of the drink. So Sir Pierre, you can roll perception with
Okay.
advantage because yeah, you'd be watching the only other like people that you care about here.
You're not dead. Okay, maybe you're dead.
What can I do?
This isn't like a hell house where I'm trying to teach you the moral sins of drinking or anything. You're not gonna die just from having one glass of this moonshine. However, now, Sir Pierre, you don't really notice too much, but you do see like that he's immediately drinking again. Um, you don't have to roll again, Dex, but basically what happens is this is not an ordinary alcohol as Baron is about to discover. Instead, there is a powerful enchantment seeped into the very alcohol itself from one of its ingredients that is somehow magical in some way that is producing almost like a oh, what's that movie? Serenity like effect on the populace to where they're drugging them into pacifism.
But
Nice.
is that what I see?
Really?
Yeah, that's what you discover. I'm not even going to have you roll because for story purposes, it's better that you just know that like this is not an ordinary alcohol, that there is an enchantment seeped into it, not just placed upon it. It's not like somebody cursed the alcohol. The very ingredients are making it like an enchanted moonshine.
Is there a something to try and reverse the effects?
If one of you guys had like some kind of remove curse or disenchant kind of ritual, maybe, but none of you even have any of that, so no.
So, what should we do about that? Here, I will try to do a medicine check on Lizard Dex to see if I can like make him throw it up. Would it be a
Baron's also going to
medicine
try
check to
and
make
help
him
with
throw
that.
up? Or can I just punch him in the stomach or something?
Okay, so there's a couple of things. First, Lizard Dex is no longer interacting with you guys. He is focused solely on drinking his drink. This has become um, like an opiate, to where it's like he needs it.
I shoved 2 massive stone fingers down his throat.
And as you go to do that, Dex, you make a wisdom save. Can you make a save, or do I need to do that still?
It won't let him.
Oh,
It's
and
being super
again,
slow with his
disadvantage. Disadvantage because you are on the stuff. And
Aha!
Dex, it
Got him.
enrages you to no end that Sir
Oh
Pierre
no.
would dare to try and interrupt you drinking this drink, which, just to give you an idea from your end of what it's like, it's like the worst day you've ever had over and over and over again, every second, every minute, just repeating itself. You're just having the worst time possible, and the only thing that makes it bearable is that you have this drink in front of you. And as he goes to try and take it away from you, it fills you with such rage that you want to kill him. What do you do?
I can't do anything.
Well, you could do something.
You want to kill Sir Pierre.
What do you do?
I was going to do a medicine check to see if I could somehow try and reverse the effects of whatever Lizard Dex is suffering.
Yes, but this happened first.
So what are you gonna do, Michael? It's your turn. Like we're not continuing.
What do I do?
I don't know.
That's up to you. You're just filled with such rage that Sir Pierre tried to take your drink away that you want to kill him.
Are you gonna leave with the drink? Are you gonna stab me? Are you gonna like ask the other lizard folk dude for help? What are you gonna do? There's so many things you could do. What are you gonna do? Don't just sit there and.
You're not mindless. You still get to choose what you do. I'm just telling you that you're so enraged by what he tried to do that you want to kill him. But you can still react the way that you want to a degree. I mean, if it's completely like, oh, I just stopped drinking, then it's like, oh, no, that's not what's happening. But, like you're either going to attack Sir Pierre or like turn away and continue to drink or walk away and go grab a different drink. Like what would you like to do here?
He says he walks away.
All right. So you walk away with your drink and go join this other goblin at this table.
I don't let him walk away. I try to gag him. Is that like an athletics check?
Yeah,
or
so
what?
as he goes to move, you make an athletics check, and Dex, you are going to resist this. So you're going to need to roll an athletics check as well, which I'm going to assume that I'm just going to do for you again.
Yeah. Either an athletics or an acrobatics, whichever is higher.
Oh yeah, that's right. He can use acrobatics.
If you're escaping from it, you can. Yeah, he got away.
Yep. And so he moves over to the table. However, just because you failed to grab him initially doesn't mean that you have to just like, you know, completely be like, "Oh no, I failed to grab him. There he goes." Like you can like still.
Right? Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I'm gonna go try to. I guess I'll assist Baron on a medicine check, so he gets advantage on it.
If
Yes.
if you roll a medicine check above 10,
Okay. There we go. Either way, he got 15. But I still got above 10.
yeah, even if he rolled disadvantage, no matter what no matter
Mhm.
what way he rolled, he got a 15.
Yep.
What the heck is happening?
So, what happens?
So, Baron, as you have studied the alcohol to an extent, you do know one thing. Your crushed up charcoal mixed with a um, certain herb that you have on you should be able to counteract the effects of the alcohol temporarily enough to snap him out of his stupor. He's going to suffer, you know, for the next few days from the effects of this, but for now you can like snap him out of it temporarily, like giving him an adrenaline shot.
Yes, that's what I
Can
do.
clerics change
I
spells with short rests, or is it just long rests?
Just long
Because if
rest.
it's short rest,
It's just long rest, and
okay.
also here's the problem: you have to get him to ingest this.
Okay, I put a handful of it in my hand, and then I shove my whole fist down his throat.
All right, acrobatics versus athletics one more time.
Wait, can Baron give me advantage with a assist?
Yes,
Like maybe he just punches
yes.
him in the kidney?
He just has to roll
Oh,
his.
it was 18 either way.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah, I can't play all.
Dex immediately shifts back into his normal form, and in the shift manages to completely slip through your grasp, and now he is behind the bar and completely enraged and ready to like kill you if you try to touch him or get in between him and his drink again.
Um, hmm.
That is not good.
So I guess should we like tie him up and like leave, or should we tie up all these dudes and leave? And then I don't know. Like, what should we do, Baron? You seem like a smart guy. That's a good point, Baron. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to athletics check him one more time.
I didn't even hear him.
He didn't say anything. But I said that's a good point anyway. Oh, you're about to start stabbing me, Mike, because I cannot get you with my whatchamacallit with my athletics. Dude, you're just so fast. I think I'm gonna have to
And
knock you
now,
out.
Dex, you do indeed need to roll a wisdom save to avoid attacking Sir Pierre.
Well, you'll have to do that, but yeah. We given up on his computer at this point.
Yep. And unfortunately, you fail, and you pull out your rapier, your dagger, and you stab at Sir Pierre with advantage, as he did not see this coming. I mean, you were still just trying to grab your friend, you know. Unfortunately, you cannot get through his tough adamantium coated armor plating, and so you are just standing there with your dagger out, and now you are in full on blood rage mode. So we're gonna roll for initiative.
And the lizard folk and peasants, I don't think they're gonna help you. Well, I don't know. If they do, that's gonna be upsetting. If so, I'm just gonna, I don't know. I'm just gonna tie your foot to my foot and run away. It's your
All
turn
right,
first.
so Dex is going to try to stab you again. No longer at advantage. And then he is going to use his cunning action to disengage. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. He can't do that because his mind is still blurred from the alcohol. So all he can do is rage and attack you, or go back to drinking if he manages to make a wisdom save, which he will get to make each round, except this one, because that's how we got into combat, was he had already failed.
Yeah.
But at
So
the
he has
start
to
of his
roll
next turn,
a
he has to
wisdom
roll a
save.
wisdom save. Yep.
Well, no. Right now he has to roll a wisdom save.
Oh, I see. I just read that. Yeah. I was like, yep, that's what I was saying. He has to roll a wisdom save at the start of each round. And you're like, no, right
I was like,
now.
no, that's what I mean. Oh.
And because of the effects of the alcohol, all of his mental stats, he rolls at disadvantage. And he makes this one. What a
Nice.
joke. What a joke. So,
That's the only reason I did it, because he was at disadvantage with the wisdom.
yeah. So,
Okay. So yeah, that's the end of my turn. Then it's Baron. Fix
Baron's
them.
gonna try and attempt to kind of like force the medicine down Dex's throat. Like, take your goddamn medicine, Dex.
all right. So once again, it's going to be athletics versus acrobatics.
It's
I
going to
can't
be
end my turn
acrobatics.
for some reason.
Acrobatics, because
But you can't use acrobatics to force it down him. You
You
have to use athletics.
use athletics as the aggressor.
Yeah. You're
Well,
literally
can you
trying
keep
to wrestle him.
17?
Yes.
sorry.
Yes.
So his roll
It's 15.
was 15.
Tie goes to the defender.
Oh man. I thought it went to the aggressor though.
What?
No, is it
Did
the
they
opposite? My
did they
bad.
change that? Because it's always been the defender. Oh wait, no, you're right. The oh wait. Okay, so like in the case of armor class, if you're trying to attack them, you have to
thought, like,
roll.
meets
You have to roll
beats,
right,
know?
meet or beat. In the case of a saving throw, it's meet or beat. So,
I think it,
but as the
hmm.
the attacker sets the difficulty class that the defender has to defend from. That's why the defender wins in this case. It's the
Okay.
defender who has to meet or beat.
Okay. Anyway.
I'm
Dex.
almost positive. If I'm wrong about
Stabs
that,
me
I'll look it up
again.
in between and we'll figure it out.
He stabs me again, knowing that I just tried to fucking hold his ass.
Oh, and is that your turn, Hazard, Baron?
Yes, that is my turn.
Good stuff.
I yelled to Sir Pierre, we need to get this thing, we need to get the mixture down his throat.
Yeah, and I'm actually looking it up right now just to make sure I get this right, because this is pretty important. If you're able to get the mixture down his throat, you know.
Right. Yeah, then let's just do this one at a time with the rest of the guys in this bar.
We might want to be careful who to give it to, though.
Well, nobody's as dexterous as Dex, so it's not going to be nearly as hard for anybody else.
I mean, like when they snap out of their stupor, they might not be so pleasant to see us.
The attacker wins. You win.
Yeah, I thought so.
So as you force this mixture into his mouth, Dex gets advantage on his next wisdom save to shake off the effects. What?
What?
You rolled badly. We're going to have to fucking feed you a salad of this stuff.
So Dex attempts to stab Sir Pierre, I guess.
Yeah. You know better, Sir Pierre. I mean, Dex. Talking myself in third person accent. Wait, so he still has disadvantage on wisdom saves?
No, he got advantage on that one.
Yeah, but if I cast hold personally, I have disadvantage on it.
I'm
Yes.
trying to get this thing down, but will hold person assist in that?
Of course.
Oh yeah, we could feed him 8,000 things if he's held. Like now he's got to do wisdom save at disadvantage. Nice.
Finally.
Real. And now it's not even a big deal. He's paralyzed.
All right.
Yeah, so
We
basically
feed
now
him as much of
yeah,
it as it needs to be.
right.
Now Baron just is able to shove the medicine down his throat.
Yep.
It's like, all right, button down the hatches, here comes the medicine. And he
So-
just shoves it down his throat like in a sort of furious manner before shutting it down and just washing it and helping it wash down with water.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say with some more of the alcohol. Make sure you
No.
He's not stupid.
make sure you take this with lots
He
and
is
lots
the
of alcohol. So
Ew.
as you guys do that, eventually he throws up some of the charcoal and alcohol, and he is recovered. Nobody has done anything other than they came by and grabbed some more of the drink while you guys were dealing with Dex.
Nice. Now let's do this with that biggin.
We might want to be careful about. He might not be so
Whoa.
happy to be
Cap.
detoxified. You might want to.
And I
Knowing
cast it on
lizard
the
folk.
lizard folk guy.
Best to try it first on the peasants.
This is my last one of those. So no, he's gonna help us get the peasants to this point. So I cast it on him. He has to do a wisdom save at disadvantage. Either way, he fails.
Oh,
Because it's a disadvantage.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. I'm sorry. I was waiting for it to prompt me to roll for advantage or disadvantage. It didn't.
Oh.
It didn't though. Oh yeah, because it doesn't for the NPCs. Yeah.
So now shove as much down his throat as you can.
Sog. Baron just does that. Darren just does that.
As much
All
as you
right.
can.
All right, Scaly. Here comes the clear brain drain.
Clear brain train.
And so as you are, you know, shoving that down his throat, he begins to throw up, and he throws up much more of the alcohol than Dex did, like an impossible amount of alcohol, and it like just keeps coming. You think he's done, and then another wave comes, and it's just over and over and over again. He keeps throwing up, and the peasant, while this is going on, goes to get another drink, and he steps in it, and he might slip and fall.
Ugh. Judging by that, he must have been drinking a huge amount.
As soon as he's done throwing up, I give him as much rations as he can hold in his stomach.
The
And then
the peasant slips and falls in it, and he's like rolling around in it, and the lizard folk like keeps throwing up, and he throws up all over him, and it's just like the most disgusting smelling looking thing you've ever seen, and both of you have to roll con to keep from throwing up yourselves. Oh, Dex, are
I
you joining
will
them?
not
Because if you're
throw
over there,
up.
then oh yeah, of course you don't have to roll con, Sir Pierre. What am I talking about? But Dex, if you're over there, then you have to roll too.
He's like, I want to be over by the throw up party.
Baron just.
No,
Oh,
Are
that
you
is.
behind the
Ugh.
bar?
Yeah, Baron just throws up everything in his stomach, and now that's just adding to the pile.
Oh,
And
you rolled enough.
and Dex is like, psh, whatever. This is nothing.
It's just like that one scene in Total Drama Island.
I was thinking more like the blueberry pie revenge scene from Stand By Me.
Huh. Anyway, I wait for as long as the throw up happens, and I give the folks some rations because he's probably starving now.
As the peasant goes to stand up,
And
he is enraged and takes a swing at Dex.
Why me?
because he wanted to.
Boy, you're about to get cut.
Do not
Don't
cut
just
the
kill the
drunk
peasant.
man.
The
And the lizard folk is like still recovering, so he's not in this. The peasant wins initiative, and that is weird. So, for some reason, you guys all rolled a 4 for initiative, and
right.
the peasant takes a swing at Dex.
Don't make me hit you, though.
Critically hitting him for 2 damage as he punches
2
him in the
damage.
face.
2 damage, Michael. How do you feel that?
Get some! He's like, yeah, you like that, huh? 1-2, 1-2.
He just says in a slurred speech.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
I want
yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2. Baron's like,
literally want to shoot an arrow in his face right now, but I don't.
ugh.
I will
Boy.
straight up murder you in your face!
Ugh. Darren just calls, taps up Sir Pierre on the shoulder. Mind holding him so I can shove the medicine down his throat? I'm sure you can hold a simple peasant, right?
Oh yeah. Oh
With a
yeah.
knife, I can. At least with
You should hold your turn until I'm done.
Yes, that's what I'll do. I'm holding my turn. You can do that.
I'm gonna put this dude in a full Nelson, but like made out of metal and stone. Full Nelson. Oh, and it's sturdy. It's a sturdy full Nelson. Dang, he was trying to fight back.
Yeah, he was. Like, he fought hard on that one.
Right?
But as you grab him up, all of this commotion has now made it to where the goblin that was sitting at the chair has now been knocked into and his drink is spilled, and now he's all pissed off.
Michael, put him in a full Nelson.
Where's that?
It's fun. It's this.
What?
I believe that's the end of Sir's turn. Of Pierre's turn, I imagine.
Oh yeah, my bad. That's the end. I can't end my turn. I forgot to remind you.
Okay, Baron then shoves the medicine down the full Nelson peasant's throat. And just like, all right, you. Bloody hell.
All right, but that
And
only gives him an advantage on his next save because that was, just one application of it, not several.
Mm-hmm. Dex, what are you doing?
I imagine another application requires a second
gonna-
handful.
You
Yes.
gonna punch the goblin that's now about to punch us or something?
Sure.
Or maybe you gonna stab him or something?
I'm gonna
Wait
yeah.
for non-lethal damage?
just gotta knock him out with my knife.
So he's gonna do his knife for non-lethal damage.
Yep.
What's
You're just using the hilt, bashing him on the head.
Yep.
Hillbilly.
Oh, I have to roll? Yeah, I got it.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to tell you. I mean, remind you.
You go to strike
You
the
rolled
goblin, but
really
you
bad.
did not manage to hit him. The goblin goes around behind you and is now technically flanking you because even
Well,
though
this full
the
Nelson dude isn't even an attacker right now. He's full Nelson.
he's full Nelson, but he's still an attacker.
Uh,
Being full Nelson
Fair.
doesn't stop you from being able to attack.
I guess so.
I mean, that's right in the rules there.
Yeah, you're right. My bad. I was thinking about like a full Nelson dude.
I know. Fifth edition has some rules where it's like sometimes you got to ad hoc it a little bit, but in this case, you know, because I wouldn't take the flank away from you guys, I can't take it away from the
Right.
NPCs.
I'm gonna see if anyone's home.
The goblin stabs at you with his long dagger. It's a scimitar, effectively, but it's a long goblin dagger that's wickedly curved, and he stabs you for 5 damage.
I'm gonna get out of there. I got him to fix.
The peasant continues to try to escape the grapple.
But remember, the application of
Do I have to roll the athletics again?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I have to roll the wisdom save with advantage first. Thank you, Hazard. And he makes his wisdom
Oh,
save,
nice.
so the the anti venom antidote had enough of an effect to where the peasant shakes off the effects momentarily, and he just kind of looks around and he's like, "What is going on here?"
Dang.
I don't want to alarm you, but you might be under the influence of a
Um.
of
So I
some
let him
sort
go.
of you
on
might
my
want
turn.
to
Sorry.
you might want to take more of this. And I show him like a bag of the recently made stuff.
Yeah, okay, we'll handle that on your turn. It's coming up next.
Yeah.
So I guess I just put this goblin, like, I guess I just grab him around his waist with my big old hands.
Big old hands, big
You know, like
hands.
around his chest and waist.
They look like big, strong hands.
Right? Oh, not very strong this time. Had a cramp in my whatchamacallit? In my thumb, apparently.
What do you call them? Feet.
My
Yeah, so the goblin is very nimble and spins out of the way.
Yeah, so it's Baron's turn. I can't end my turn, sorry.
All right, so Baron, you give the peasant more stuff, which helps him permanently shake off the effects.
Yep. And I kind of like step back so the angry goblin doesn't stab me.
Okay, but you used your action to give the peasant stuff, so if you move, you're gonna take an attack of opportunity. Actually, no, because Sir Pierre and Dex are in the way. There's no way the goblin can get you.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. That's what I thought. Man,
It's Dex's turn. What are you doing? You stabbing the goblin?
Yeah. This time for lethal damage.
Not. Oh no, Michael. He's just drunk with the stuff.
Knock him out.
He said he'd knock him out.
But next time I'm doing lethal if he hits me one more time.
Michael, he's gonna try to hit you again. Calm down. If you're gonna start killing people, step outside, dude.
He's not necessarily like the goodest good character, but you are correct that there could be consequences.
Right.
I mean,
So
if Dex wants to kill him,
he-
yeah.
Well, yeah. If you want to stab him, stab him.
Just stab him in the leg.
Wait, does Dex get his attack? It was his turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that I have to roll Dex's attack. You hit the goblin, dealing 5 damage, and the goblin stabs you back for another 4. And the peasant sits down. And Sir Pierre.
Say, Pierre, mind grabbing the goblin before our friend decides to make him a corpse?
Yeah. Wait, does he look almost dead already?
Oh, yeah. When Dex hit him, we're going with he was still dealing the non-lethal damage at the time just to keep for that narrative. When he hit him, he bashed the side of his face and like knocked a tooth out.
Dang.
I did it for lethal though.
Yeah, but it doesn't kill him because I knock him out with a punch.
Yes, you do. And he is indeed unconscious.
Nice.
I
I do spare the dying just so, like, you know, just in case he
Oh,
chokes on
oh
his
no,
tongue or
no,
something.
he's fine. I mean, he's drunk and everything, but he's just.
Yeah, Baron shoves down like the and washes it down with. I put in the antidote and wash it down with water.
Yep, and then he eventually throws it all up and he's still unconscious, but he threw everything in his stomach up.
Nice. So I guess I'm gonna heal Dex with a cure wounds. And then we can do this with the other 2 guys.
Yeah. Hopefully, our friend doesn't go
So
doing
you have
something
20 life
stupid.
now
You know what?
instead of 11.
He healed me for 9.
Yep.
You love
11 plus 9
you go.
equals.
And now
11
can
plus 9 equals 100.
can one of you guys give me advantage on this grapple I'm about to do on this goblin?
Don't look at me. I'm terrible at strength.
Well, you could just each punch him in his kidney while I do it. Like if you both
I
did it.
sort of like this pull out an anesthesia, kind of like wafting in front of
Here,
his nose.
I give you rope, and I'm like, just put this around his neck while I'm about to do it. Like,
Baron,
just
I want
don't
you
know,
to
do something.
roll. I want you to roll a check with your alchemist kit using intelligence, so you get proficiency plus your intelligence.
So it's an
So it's
intelligence check.
It's an intelligence
Probably
check
5.
with proficiency.
So it's probably +5. Your intelligence is 16, right?
My intelligence is 22.
No, your intelligence is 20 at the max, because there's no way that you can start with a score higher than 18, and then if you get a +2, that's 20.
Ah,
That's what I was telling you when I said your numbers were wrong.
oh, right.
But you still manage to have remembered that you have chloroform.
Yes.
You have a rag. So all you need to do instead of like grabbing them up is make an athletics with advantage, Sir Pierre, because you are given a rag that you just have to get near their face.
Oh, cool. So I do get advantage.
Yeah, because he has chloroform. So they're not able to help you physically, but yeah,
So I
you chloroform the
that
hell out of that
goblin's
goblin. Yeah,
super knocked out. I threw the chloroform down his throat. I
yeah.
need another rag.
Oh no, the same rag can be used multiple times. Once it's got chloroform in it, it's
Oh
like,
no, I just meant it was a joke.
oh, I got you. Yeah, yeah.
Like I shoved it down his throat.
Too
Yep, yep.
hard.
Anyway, I'm gonna do it with the peasant while they're. I don't know what's happening. It's not letting me
Yes.
move my
And Baron,
character.
and after they're knocked out, Baron just gives them the proper dose.
Oh my gosh,
All right, so
that was awesome.
you super chloroform everyone, and Baron goes around administering the antidote. Everyone in
I'm not
this
giving this chloroform back.
everyone in this
I put it
tavern
in my bag.
yeah, everyone in this tavern is now cured of the effects of this alcohol, and essentially, like I said, I was kind of basing it off of the whole Serenity thing. Essentially, what it did was made it to where as long as they had the alcohol and it kept flowing, they were completely pacified and would just go to work, come here and drink, and then go to sleep, wake up the next day, do the same thing over and over again. Just a completely, you know, pacified society kept that way. Oh, Equilibrium. That's another movie that I was basing that off of. I couldn't remember the
Or
name
like
of it.
the giver.
Yeah, just to where like the government is using this to keep the populace under control. And you guys have successfully freed these guys. And now they will go on and start the resistance. And whether it succeeds or not, you have given these people a chance to break free of the mind control that they have been under for generations.
I give them a I say, you're gonna start the resistance. I give the lizard folk dude. What do I give him? Okay, I got a bunch of stuff.
And
I
I
give him
kind of
four
I
short
give one of the
swords.
Wait, hold on, Hazard. Let's let Devin finish first, and then go ahead and let me know what you do.
I give him four short swords that I found in a dungeon, and then I guess I could also give them a shield, and then I give them four spears too.
Sir Pierre, one second, Hazard. Let me tell Sir Pierre this, and then I want to hear what you do. Sir Pierre, your actions have given these people a greater chance, and it is so, vital to the cause that you become a legendary figure in their folklore.
And
Forever you will be sung of in epic tales in this world, a figure not unlike Alexander the Great when he cut the Gordian knot, and just a tale that will be told over and over and over again for thousands of years. And in doing so, I don't really like the way they have the inspiration rules, because it's like kind of it doesn't work really well. So what I do instead is in the next session, you will have 3 uses of inspiration for this action.
Nice.
And what does Baron gain after like giving the the batch of antidotes?
He is like a side character in the tales, the same way as like Ajax is part of the Odyssey, but he's definitely like not one of the top
integral
5
part.
guys, right?
I literally couldn't have done it.
Yeah. Yeah, figured much. But
You know, Ajax
he's
is huge in the story, but like when people are remembering the Odyssey, they're thinking of Achilles and Hector and these integral figures. They're not thinking of
you're
Menelaus.
you're the boat.
Yeah, you're the
yeah,
second tier guy who they're like, okay, yeah, he was there too.
yeah. Baron doesn't
No,
really
you're
care
the.
much
I feel
about like what status it is.
no, dude. He was an integral
He,
part of this one. I feel like I'd even like tell the peasants and stuff like, yo, I couldn't have done it without this dude. He saved you. Like I just knocked you guys out.
Yeah,
And
and
then
and even through all the telling, like the thing that they remember is the metal man that came and saved them and gave them the tools that they needed to start to fight back.
nice. I like that. That's super cool. That's super cool.
Yeah, you guys wrapped this up like, pretty quick after you guys figured it all out. Like I was expecting it to like
Well,
devolve
yeah.
into more
I was
combat and all of that. If you guys had you know, reacted right away, like I was gonna have it turn into a full blown brawl, but
oh yeah.
with the way that you guys kept everything calm, I went with the you guys were able to keep it just calm enough to where you weren't really disturbing the drinking of anyone else. But I was gonna say that
Right.
if you guys just started like full on fighting, that like cups were gonna start flying into other people, and that was gonna interrupt their drinking enough to piss them off, and then they were gonna jump in, and it was just gonna turn into a
Right.
whole thing.
yeah,
But since all of the fucking knocking people out was only like a round or two long, it
Yeah,
didn't really do much.
yeah, you guys were really super efficient, and you freed this land. Like obviously you'll never
Yeah,
know
through
exactly
my
what.
actions.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
never know exactly what happened, but you gave them a chance, and because you know we can talk about it in the meta sense, I'm gonna make the ruling that these people do indeed eventually free their lands, and you are an integral figure that is talked about, that like one day you'll return and everything.
Yes, I hope so.
Well,
In
ugh,
like
we'll
50 years, because I'm immortal.
yeah, we'll see
Because
if
I'm
it ever
Desmond.
we'll see if it ever happens. I mean, it's an infinite multiverse, so the chances of ever like making it to the same plane and dimension and universe
Oh, is it
is.
like is it unlimited universes, will we sometimes like find the same one twice?
Well,
Because
that's
I
just
kind of
it
want to see
is.
that vampire again. At
Yeah,
this point,
yeah, but that's just
I'd
it is
fry him up
even if
now.
even if you see this even if you see the same one twice, it might be like one that is offset on the timeline a little bit to where it's not actually even that exact same universe. It's the same universe on a different timeline.
Huh?
You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah.
how
I
that's
feel
how
like if
crazy
anybody,
the infinite
if
multiverse
any
theory
level 20
gets.
character could make it so that we could return to some places, it'd be an artificer. If an artificer got to level 20, if they wanted to make something like that,
Yeah,
that'd be
like an
super cool.
artifact like that could do that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Or
that
or
could like select the
maybe
next place.
maybe that could be like a level 20 quest, is like being able
Right?
to fix the castle in the clouds to where now you guys get to choose where and when you go.
That'd be amazing. I'd love that.
Yeah, I mean if you guys make it to level 20, I'm wide open for ideas. So, we'll talk
Yeah.
and all of that. Obviously there's a ways to go. You're still a couple sessions
Right.
out from level
Level
20,
5.
level 5, so level 20, level 5, so
Right.
I'm excited to expand more on my character.
oh, there's going to be
Oh yeah,
plenty of
your
time to
character
do
is
it.
gonna be super cool and edgy, dude. I
Oh,
I like I like edgy characters, but this time I just wanted to play a 2-year-old. You know what I'm
Oh, and
saying?
that's exactly the beauty of a campaign like this, is like you can have an edgy evil character because it's survival mode. Everybody has to work together because otherwise nobody survives. So like
Right?
it's not even like that to where it's like, oh, I'm
Like
gonna
the monk, he was like, I'm not gonna tell them about the gold. And I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
bro, we're not gonna get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's no reason to not.
Baron is not like the edgy character. He's just kind of like your basic sort of like scam artist, like sort of in personalities thing
feel
with
it.
Drunkle Stan.
Yeah. I feel like you're a snake oil salesman, you know? Like you should start getting people to bet on fighting me because bro, my AC is 21. You should
Yeah,
you
but
should
he's not the kind of that he sees
I don't know, I
he
feel like
finds
that's the
he
oldest trick in the
finds
book,
peace
like
more
getting a
profitable than
persuasive
war.
dude and a big dude together and then like putting them on the road. I feel like that's the
Yeah.
Yes, but
Yeah, that is
he
a
sees
very classic like 19th century like, 1800s traveling circus like snake oil
right?
salesman with the big strong guy. Yeah, totally.
Dude, that's so classic. I
Well,
love that kind of stuff.
this was a somewhat short but fun session. I enjoyed
Super
it.
fun.
I
Loved
enjoyed
it.
it immensely. We'll
yes.
we'll let Michael go ahead and get to bed, and I will see you guys on Monday.
Awesome. See you then. You have a good one.